This is Zara the Comedy Vixen live here at the Reddy Review. What's going on, Reddy Beats?
You know what I'm saying? Maintain another week, you know what I'm saying? We missed a week, but you know what I'm saying? We back full effect. Let's roll.
Man down, bruh. One day at a time.
It's hard out here.
It'd be like that sometime. But we're going to go ahead and get started. As far as music today, we're not going to do any music. We got so many warnings from
Hmm.
Facebook regarding Universal Music Group and a couple of other labels saying we can't spin the music on this show, even though it's not for profit. We
For
just
sure.
want to spotlight different music and give feedback and analyze the music so that way, people out here can get an idea of what's what. Long story short, some of the artists that we put up here, you might haven't seen them yet on tour because of the pandemic. We'll probably get into that later on the show. But our topic today is independent radio, non-mainstream radio, whether it's internet streaming, stations that do just podcasting and just re-air it or whatnot, um, DJs that do mix shows and then just post it on Mixcloud and SoundCloud and other streaming apps. So, Reddy, how do you feel about independent radio and what artists should do in order to get feedback with their music with independent radio?
To me, it's amazing to do independent radio. Basically, it's like you want to get your music in as many hands as possible, as far as listening to it, broadcasting. They might have 50 followers on that independent radio station. But that's 50 people that can hear your music and enjoy it. So for me, it's a plus. Anything that gets you exposure is a plus.
Me personally, I feel independent radio, even college radio, even though they're not all the way independent, because independent means free format. They have the right to any type of slurs can go through on their station, whatever. They probably not syndicated because of the laws or whatnot, syndicating laws. But anyways, just like you said, 50 people can hear your music and might gain 3 or 4 fans out of those 50 people. At least
Hmm.
you'll get feedback. At least you'll draw new fans that want to go to your Spotify, get you some streams or what other sites you got your music on. But personally, I like independent radio because you can get quicker response whether they're going to spin
Hmm.
your track or not. And these are people that are heavily opinionated and they don't have to go off of what a program director says. They are the program director. They
Hmm.
are the grits and the eggs put together in the butter. They create their own platform. So of course you want to get feedback. You want to know what demographic. It's test marketing. At the end of the day,
Hmm.
independent radio allows you to test market your music to people you can reach because mainstream radio, someone is telling them what to play. Whereas
For sure.
independent, they can make their own decision.
And also, basically, once you like colleges, especially colleges, as far as like the radio station, also newspapers, like the college newspapers, they always looking to write articles. So if you can get yourself in the college newspaper, 20,000 people, 15,000 people, they got a whole bunch of people that go through that school that see the newspapers and they actually look in the newspaper. So newspapers is definite if you want to get your music reviewed. So basically, hit up colleges because that's like the easiest market that you can get into. It ain't gotta be too much politics, a lot of paying money, all that other kind of stuff. But check out colleges for sure.
Definitely, I personally use college radio or just contacting student organizations, getting the word out like, hey, I'm doing music. You may not heard of me yet, but check it out. If you like it, contact me. I'm open for interviews and whatnot. I was just blessed to do an in-person interview with the Blueprint at Falcons Fly Radio, which is on my site. It's a good time. And then the age gap and just to be able to network and see
Hmm.
where their mind is at. I didn't know I had that demographic. As far as Spotify, it did tell me that I did have that age range and that demographic, but to be in person and see it because I haven't had a show yet, even though my music is getting spins on the internet, internet radio, of course. I had some mainstream radio. I just feel like marketing it, just sending the email is key marketing to getting your music out there. Email it out.
Hmm.
Professional emails, press kits, put your links up there. Twitter is becoming a thing again. Like I didn't know because I didn't really. When Instagram came, I was like, you know what, photo, tag, and post, right? Because everybody wants to be
Hmm.
seen. But Twitter is still effective. I mean, there's people who begging to get back on Twitter. I'm not gonna say no names, but Twitter is good. You can search Twitter better than you can Instagram if you would like to find people looking for new music. You
Hmm.
can retweet, you can send a tweet, you can connect quicker with people rather than have to search for them and try to comment, wait for them to comment back. It's more direct communication. And I think utilize Twitter to find resources, but independent radio, it's where it's at because you can get exposure to overseas locals. Of course, you said 50 people. There are some radio networks that have 20,000 plus people listening
Mm-hmm.
per week.
Overseas too.
So if you had to pay that
A
five
lot of people
dollars to get
overseas.
on the list of rotation, when you pay $5, you're actually bumping someone else's song out of rotation. You had to think
Mm-hmm.
about it. Why would they swap out somebody else's song for your song? You know,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's someone like a mainstream artist, they'll bump them off their rotation to put a new artist up there because why? They show that you're willing to put money behind your music to put it out there.
Yeah. So professionalism is key. You know, you gotta spend a little bit of bread. Spend a little bit of bread. It'll go a long way. Trust me. Definitely.
If you don't have that $5, you shouldn't have been at Starbucks that day. Um, you shouldn't have been buying shots at the bar. I mean, there's things you
Should
need
have.
to cut back.
You might
You're right.
let that henny go. Let that henny go.
Right. You shouldn't have been celebrating 420 if you didn't have $5 for rotation. I mean, it's just a lot of
Mhm.
things to cut back. Now, don't get me wrong. If you go to the station and or the internet station and you look at their page and they're not really active or whatnot, you don't really see a lot of views and you don't see the syndication. If they don't have a lot of publicity, you go to social media, you don't see their fan bases and whatnot. You can
Mhm.
say, okay, this might be a waste of $5. So just
Sure.
make sure it makes sense to you. It's not just like, oh, I ain't had the money. It's why would I spend it? Is what you need to ask yourself.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, so that's just my opinion.
For
So,
sure.
Reddy, anything you want to add? So I guess so basically, since you picked the music right for the show,
Mhm.
and I don't pre-look up people because I don't want to be biased. I don't want to get my own opinions. I want to listen while our active viewers listen or whatever, so I can give my direct feedback without being biased or whatnot. Now, based on some of the artists that you selected, and since we getting feedback from like Facebook saying, "Oh, don't play Universal Music Group's artists no more without their permission or whatever," right?
Mhm.
Is it besides the pandemic? Do you think it's enough exposure for these newly signed artists out here?
Not really, to be honest with you, because a lot of times, people get signed, and they just be on the shelf until somebody ready to really put some money behind them or put the project out, basically. So it's like to me, it's like if they just starting out and you want to play their music, you should be given a pass. Because I'm
Right.
like for me, like a lot of times I try to find artists that don't have a lot of exposure to them. So I don't know they already signed. I just
Right.
know they got a good song. They don't
Mhm.
got a whole bunch of followers. They might have 20,000 followers. They might have 15. But you ain't got a million. You ain't got 300,000. So I'm like, to me, play the
Right.
music. Let
Yeah.
people decide if they like it or not. And it's just
Yeah.
like I don't know. You be telling me about that, I'd be like, oh my bad, because like I know certain people sign, but I don't. They not big time yet. So
I think
it should be
because they haven't
levels.
had the tour money yet, or they haven't had those big break
Hmm.
concerts where it's like, oh yeah, you are next, or oh, you went from sign to mainstream all the way. Like somebody see you and
Hmm.
they're excited, like, oh my gosh, there's somebody like, oh, you look familiar. And then somebody's like, oh, that's such and such. They're like, oh, let me look them up. Then they get excited because then they'll see the numbers and then they be like, oh yeah, they signed. Let me, do this and do that. But honestly
Hmm.
speaking, me personally, signed or not signed, anybody greet me the right way, I'm gonna be the same person all day, every day. So it's just exciting to know that your music's getting out there. And submit the competitions and stuff like that. Try to get the exposure because the competitions they're gonna repost it, whether somebody and
Hmm.
whether you win or not. Someone's seeing that you're working, you're putting in
They
marketing
see your
exposure.
name. Your
Right.
name is what matters. Your name.
Right. So I was shocked to be entered into a song of the week competition. So I'm DMing folks like vote for me. People I don't even talk to like yo vote for me. They're like, how you doing today? Don't did you vote? Did you vote? I'm good. You good? All right, cool. I'll holler at you later. I'm busy. I'm working. I'm working.
Nigga got really excited, boy.
I was like, what is this? I said number three. I said, what is number three? I'm number three in the competition. I was like, oh, okay. But their site alone has so many followers on their Instagram,
Hmm.
active users people in the industry, people who are doing curating events or whatnot, people who are doing talent scouting for like mini tours and stuff like that for music. Of course, they had a big shindig at South by Southwest and some other
Mm-hmm.
music conferences. I can't remember the name at the current time. But the key thing that I saw, right, was that die line, die line, die line, die line was like ready, ready, ready with the flame sign. Yo, just think about it. We watch these people on TV just for them to comment on our post about Music Breaker.
For sure.
And I'm wearing these glasses and I'm on a Music Breaker. Like, I should be next, right? I should be next, right? So anyway. And then the last topic before we wrap it up. Um Staying true to your sound and what you want to give people, because there's so many people out here. You're gonna get fans regardless if it's 1,000 fans, 20,000 fans, shoot, 3 fans. At the end of the day, somebody's gonna love your music and want to play it and support you.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah, be
yeah,
different. It's okay to
yeah.
be different.
Hmm.
Okay.
Different sound, longevity, and being different. It's longevity in it.
Mm-hmm.
Missy Elliott posted, this week about her and Timberland, coming up with this crazy sound, the style, just being different. Even the music videos was very creative and different, right? Green screen and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the key to longevity. 30-year plus career. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can do it. You can live in the world you want to live in if you stay focused and true to yourself. Reddy, how do you
Yeah.
feel about being creative as a producer?
No, it's just you gotta wait until your time, basically. Like as far as your sound might be 10 years from now, but everybody else don't feel it right now. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta wait for your sound. Like a lot of times people like certain beats you jumped on baller. That was done like 2012,
Yeah.
2013. People
Mm-hmm.
going and that's on Breaker as one of the selections. And it was getting good reviews too. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just crazy, you know what I'm saying? It's just I'd be like, man, that's old. Like, and I sometimes I feel like I need to go back to the how I first started making beats because it's like a lot of that stuff was good.
Yeah.
I just felt like it wasn't at my level yet. So
Or you wasn't getting the exposure, the right artist to get on it.
so
But
you don't know if it's good or not.
but Baller Ballin', I think I wrote that in 2017, the first
Mm-hmm.
verse. Because I wanted to paint a picture of, men and the stress that they have trying to maintain their emotions, as well as, providing for the family and going to get money and keeping a stable mindset in the world, with all this high pressure. Like, you're only loved by what you can provide, which is not fair, but that's just how society has set things up. Now, me
For sure.
personally, my second 2 verses, of course, I had to make them more today's, talking about myself and, throwing in my new artist name in there. It was from the EP Strugglenomics that, you produced all the tracks on there and whatnot. But I'm impressed that the song was so creative, to it having the chant and the hook being ball. Like, it's just motivation all in the track, and the hi-hats and the music reviews, man, they really broke it down to the T, from the beat to the lyrics
Mhm.
to the when I came in punching with the bars. And I know it's a creative song. I know I probably need to cut it down some just to make it on mainstream radio with that track, but I wouldn't touch nothing right now, because right now I'm not on radio. But I know people would stream it. They're gonna play it on their YouTube. They're gonna, do what they do with it. But I like
Mhm.
Baller, man. I would do a video, but then it's like I gotta really put some money behind that video. I can't come basic with that video. It
Mhm.
wouldn't make sense, you know.
You get
I
a
have
bunch of
to go
fake money.
look, I have to go adopt some people. Hey, Amazon's selling money, man. $30,
Like
get you three
easy.
three stacks, bro. Get you 3 stacks of hundreds.
Yeah.
I know some people I could borrow some from too, though. Some fake money, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Anything you want to add before we wrap it up?
Nah, just anybody out there struggling, worried about my finding that first hit, just put your music out there, man. It's gonna take a while before you feel like get rolling. So just right now, don't be scared. And I
Mm.
know a lot of artists out here be like, man, he ain't put out no music in forever. Like, just drop some music, man. Like, just keep it gotta be like a build up. You gotta brick by brick. You gotta build your mansion. You're gonna have to start brick by brick. You can't just jump out and have the mansion. So it's just, just everybody just put your stuff out there. I'm putting my stuff out there. I got beats everywhere now. I'm just trying to flood the market. I don't even care. I got people that are on putting out beats today. I'm like, man, I gotta start putting out beats today too. So we on it.
Right. Just
We
put
on
out
it.
a catalog of music, at least, five, well, spread it out, drop a song every couple of
Mm-hmm.
weeks and try to do a visual behind certain songs and just build the fan base before you drop your, like, remember how they were like, oh, don't drop a 10 track if you got sevens following it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, honestly speaking, ball to me, I was like, let me go throw this seven out here. You know what I'm saying? And some tracks is a five, but I said if it's my five, I love that five. But the
Mm-hmm.
10 track, we ain't put those out yet. And I think once we get that fan base right and we drop a 10, it can go far, man, independent wise. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what the next plan is, and I'm just excited about our new single. It's just something special. Just waiting, just waiting. You got more than ready beats. You got more than ready beats.
Mm-hmm. I hear you, though.
This is Zora Lou, the Comic Vixen. Thank you for tuning in to the Reddy Review. If you're just now tuning in, go back and watch the full episode. We didn't play any music today, but we did have a few topics that we touched on as far as marketing as an independent artist and the avenues you can use to get your music out there and get feedback without having to pay somebody for feedback because they feel like they're
Mm-hmm.
entitled to their opinion. Anyways, Reddy, anything you want to add?
Nah, man, just appreciate you for this week. Shout out to Money Baby XO. Trying to do it big out here. You know what I'm
Pull
saying?
up, Reddy. Pull up, Reddy.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that on the shirt, bro. They be like, "What's your name?" Pull up, Ready? Pull
Mm-hmm.
up. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know one
whatever.
thing. If I get so big and then somebody bother me on the airplane, can I Mike Tyson them?
Hey, man, if it's justified, of course.
I'm just curious. Once again, this is the Ready Review. We back next week or the week after that. We got a show to get ready for. So this is Zora Lou, the Comic Vixen. Ready Beats. Make sure you check us out on moneybabyzo.com and as well as readybeats.com. All right. Stay tuned. We have a new song coming out soon. Peace.
Peace.